Hey there, it's Tom Corson Knowles. In this video, we're going to talk about domain names. So, really, the first step when you're creating your own custom website is to get a domain name. So, if you're not sure what a domain name is, it's basically the location of your website online. So, for example, here is GoDaddy.com, and that is the domain name. So, GoDaddy.com is the domain name of this website. My publishing website, my blog, is tckpublishing.com. I've got a free training course for authors to learn how to self-publish your ebooks and paperback books on Amazon, and that's at ebookpublishingschool.com. So that's what a domain name is. It's really the name and the location of your website online. So it's like real estate, right? And you have to actually buy this. So you have to actually go out and buy a custom domain, and it's super important that you do this. Now, a custom web domain will usually cost anywhere from about $6 to $15 a year. Normally with GoDaddy, I think it's like $13 a year. You can get lots of different discounts as well. So if you Google like GoDaddy coupon code or Namecheap coupon code, you can find some discounts as well for first-time domain buyers. So you can get it pretty cheap. But 12, 13 bucks a year, it's basically almost no cost to have a custom website. I mean, it's super, super cheap. I know a lot of people out there are starting free blogs, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I'll have training videos in this course on how you can start a totally free blog. But if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, an author, really anyone who's looking to actually earn an income and sell online, then it's super, super important that you have your own domain name. If you're using a free service and you're on someone else's domain name, you're basically branding that company. You're branding some other company, some other platform, and you're not really branding yourself and your own company. And there's also a lot of things that you just can't do when you're on one of those free services. So that's why it's so important to have your own domain name and have your own custom site. So basically, to get a domain name, there's a couple places you can go online. GoDaddy.com is the place I use. Once you buy numerous domains, you can get a very cheap deals at GoDaddy.com. There's other places. There's Namecheap.com is actually a little bit cheaper. If you're just buying one or two domains, Namecheap.com is good as well. Then basically all you're going to do here is just find a domain name. So let's go to GoDaddy and we'll just type in something that you might be doing. So let's say you have a dog training website and you're looking for like dogtrainingschool.com or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and search the domain. And it looks like that domain is taken. So you're going to get some other options here like dogtrainingschool.guru, dogtrainingschool.photography, mutttrainingschool.com. And some of these might not even be relevant to you. So don't worry about it. If the first domain you really want it taken, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Just keep coming up with other ideas, other potential website names. And this might take you a minute, and it might take you a couple hours, it might take you a couple weeks to really find the perfect domain for your site. I wouldn't take too long on it. So if you're really not sure what to do, not sure what to start, you can't find the perfect domain name, just buy any domain name and start with that one. And then if you do someday find the perfect domain name, you can always move your site over. Your hosting company, you can call GoDaddy or your hosting company, and they can help you move it over. It's super simple. Doesn't take any real technical work. They can actually walk you through the entire process step by step, and it only takes a couple minutes. So don't worry too much about getting the perfect name. A couple tips and pointers is get a .com if you can. .coms are by far the most common domain names, and it's just easier for people to remember. So if you say, hey, my website is dogtrainingschool.com, people are going to remember that. If you say dogtrainingschool.guru, it's less likely people will remember that, and later on they might just go and type in dogtrainingschool.com and go to someone else's website. So in general, you're going to want to get a .com domain. It's not always the case. If you're a nonprofit, you want a .org. If you're in a different country, you would want the domain name extension for that country, most likely. So if you're in the UK, it'd be .co.uk. There's a couple different things to think about here, but just take your time, go through, create a list of potential domain names, and buy your domain name. Again, GoDaddy is what I recommend, but Namecheap is very good as well. And then once you're done with the domain name, we'll go on and move to the next step.